I really need to focus in, though, not on man-made things but on just the volatile universe, the ever-changing universe that we live in. Because tectonic activity right now, depending on which seismologist you read or which publication you look at, but they're pretty much all lining up now, agreeing that this is the most seismic activity ever recorded since they began to record globally about 100 years ago. From Yellowstone in the heart of our nation to the Great Ring of Fire around the Pacific Ocean, things are extremely volatile right now. Huge earthquakes just all over the world yesterday, and the day before that, and the day before that, there are just giant earthquakes happening all over the planet. And so I almost need to carve out some time away from 2016 and the election and all the war news and the economic news in the next few days to get Stan Deyo and others on. We had Stan Deyo on 3 years ago and again about 6 months ago, and he predicted that in the next year we would see the most tectonic activity we've ever seen.
Shalom. God Allah, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, the honest to the apostles of GMS for teaching us the truth. Shalom to all the sincere Akyam pushing His word across the world, and sincerity and the truth. The brother Tazawashar back with the lesson, back with, news / lesson of GMS Holland sit downs. I'm gonna name this lesson GMS News Earthquake Prophecy. So yeah, like you just saw the short clip of InfoWars, the channel of Alex Jones, and he came out with the news that these earthquakes are upcoming, the greatest earthquakes that have ever been recorded since the time they had the technology to record the earthquakes. He says this is the year that a lot of seismic, meaning the seismic plates. You have plates in the earth that divide the ground under the earth. Seismic plates, and they are moving all the time, so that causes friction between those plates, which causes those earthquakes. Here you can see some of those plates. You have that plate around San Francisco. Here you see it. That's why they made that movie, what was that name, with The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. What was that movie? San Francisco or something. I don't remember, man. About the earthquakes. So yeah, man, the thing I want to go into is that it's all prophecy, man. It's all prophecy. So yeah, he says this year might go crazy with earthquakes, man. And that shows you that, hey, we really at the end time, man. We have been at the end time since the coming of Yahushai, but the end of the end time, like that. And it's all prophecy, man. Starting off with Luke chapter 21 verse 11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences and fearful sights. And great signs shall there be from heaven. Great signs, fearful sights. All these things that are happening now are signs, man. Signs that Yahushai told us that would come. And great earthquakes. So those earthquakes that are coming to pass now are called great in the scriptures, man. Prophesied by Yahushai. Because the apostles asked, the disciples asked, what would be the sign of thy coming? And he said, great earthquakes shall be in diverse places. Now, like 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 Alex Jones just said, hey, things are popping off right now, man. Here we have news from today. Ecuador disaster toll tops 500. Big new earthquake shakes coast. So earthquakes being, uh, you know, earthquakes are happening across the world, man. And this is the latest. A magnitude 6.2 earthquake shook Ecuador, already devastated Pacific coast before dawn on Wednesday, terrifying residents and hindering rescuers' search for survivors of an even bigger quake at the end of the weekend, which killed more than 500 people. 500 people is nothing, man. This number is gonna count up until thousands, man. This number is gonna go up in diverse places. This is showing you the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. These earthquakes is showing you the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So it says, this is before it's news.com, 5 major earthquakes in 48 hours. That's 2 days, man. 5 major earthquakes. And when they speak about major earthquakes, it's like earthquakes that come once in 10-20 years. And now 5 major earthquakes that don't come that often are it did happen in 2 days, man. 48 hours. 5 major earthquakes in 48 hours as a seismologist warns catastrophic mega earthquakes are coming. So these seismologists are warning for mega earthquakes, catastrophic mega earthquakes, man. They are coming. And Alex Jones also pointed that out, that this year is gonna be catastrophic, man. Catastrophic. And these earthquakes really show you the power of Yahushai, of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So the article says, why is the crust of the earth shaking so violently all of a sudden? Over the past 48 hours, there have been 5 major earthquakes globally, and one prominent seismologist has declared that catastrophic mega earthquakes could be on the way. In fact, seismologist Roger Bilham of the University of Colorado has made headlines all over the world by warning that current conditions might trigger at least 4 earthquakes greater than 8.0 in magnitude. If his projections are accurate, 8.0 is a high magnitude, man. And here you see the map of these seismic activities all across the world, man. And it's everywhere. Like the scriptures say, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, man. These great earthquakes are like the article says, catastrophic, man. Mega earthquakes are coming. And this is showing you the presence of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, man. The same that the Most High showed his presence on the 3rd day in the time of Moses in the Mount Sinai. I'm going to read the scripture real quick. Exodus chapter 19 verse 15. And he said unto the people, be ready against the 3rd day. Come not at your wives. Yahweh was going to show his presence on the mount, unto Moses and later also Aaron. So the Most High said, because he was going to show his presence, that you shouldn't have sex with your wives, man. You shouldn't even touch them. Exodus chapter 9 verse 16. And it came to pass on the 3rd day in the morning that there were thunders and lightnings and a thick cloud upon the mount. The thick cloud is talking about the chariot, man, the so-called UFOs, and the voice of the trumpet exceedingly loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled. And Moses brought forth the people out of the camp to meet with the Most High, and they stood at the nether part of the mount. And Mount Sinai was altogether on a smoke, because the Lord Yahweh descended up on it in fire, and smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mount quaked greatly. So this the presence of Yahweh, the presence of the Most High Yahweh the Father, basically caused the whole earth to shake, man. Thunders and lightnings, you know, people trembling. Why? Because of the ground was shaking, man. Basically earthquakes. The whole mount was shaking, man. Let's talking about earthquakes. So these nature how you call it, man? Nature nature disasters. I think it was, yeah, something like that. Nature disasters, the tsunamis and the earthquakes and the
That's what you said.
and the great storms. Hey, that shows you the presence of the Most High, man. That He's gonna put judgment upon this earth, you know. So yeah, man, these things are happening, man. This is all a part of prophecy, man. Ezra's prophesied about it. Yahushua prophesied about it, man. These things have to happen. These, yeah, I think the word was nature disaster. It's like if it was something else, but you know what I mean. These earthquakes, tsunamis, great storms, tornadoes. So yeah, man, the Most High is gonna unleash His wrath upon people, man. Starting with the house of Israel. That's why you see Ecuador, man. Those are Israelites. Doesn't the scripture say I will start at my sanctuary? You know? Start at the house of Israel. So yeah, man. This was GMS news, GMS Holland sit downs. You know, prepare Akyam, study hard, and shalom.